Have you ever found yourself caught in an emotional whirlwind while trying to overcome the end of a relationship? If so, you're not alone. The journey of emotionally separating from someone can be challenging and painful, but Stoic philosophy offers a valuable guide to finding serenity and inner peace even amidst the chaos of emotions. In a world filled with interconnectedness and ephemeral relationships, facing the end of a bond can be an emotionally challenging journey. Whether it's a romantic breakup, a strained friendship, or a dissolved professional partnership, separating from someone can leave deep scars on the fabric of our being. However, by adopting principles from Stoic philosophy, we can discover a path to inner peace and emotional resilience. Stoic wisdom, cultivated by thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, teaches us to find balance and acceptance in the uncertainties of life, including the challenges of relationships. Throughout this video, we'll unravel the fundamental principles that can help you navigate the turbulent waters of emotional separation with grace and resilience. Get ready for a journey of self-discovery and transformation. In this video, we'll explore together how to apply the 5 Stoic teachings for dealing with the end of a relationship. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any inspiring content. When it comes to dealing with the pain of emotionally separating from someone, Stoics offer a reliable compass to navigate emotional storms. One of the first teachings is acceptance of what is beyond your control. Imagine yourself as a sailor on a stormy sea of life. You may row vigorously, but you can't always control the waves that rock your boat. Similarly, in human relationships, you may invest love, time, and energy, but there are aspects that simply escape your control. Here's the curious and liberating truth. What others choose to do, feel, or be is beyond your direct sphere of influence. Accepting this is like unfurling the sails of your boat and allowing the wind to carry you rather than fighting against the currents. Stoics teach us that overly focusing on what we can't control only fuels distress and anxiety. Instead, unraveling emotional knots involves directing our attention to what we can control, our own reactions and attitudes. Practice emotional detachment by recognizing that another person's choices are not a reflection of your worth or adequacy. Act with Stoic wisdom that each individual is the master of their own fate, and each separation is an opportunity for personal growth. By embracing this mindset, you free yourself from the burden of trying to shape others to your will. Instead, you focus on cultivating your own inner serenity and living in harmony with Stoic principles of virtue and equanimity. The daily practice of accepting what is beyond your control can start with small steps. Observe your thoughts and feelings when confronted with a situation that disturbs you. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, take a deep breath and let it go, like a captain releasing an unnecessary anchor into the sea. Remember, acceptance is not passive resignation, but an act of courage and wisdom. It's the key to true emotional freedom and inner peace. As you internalize this Stoic rule, you'll discover a new strength and serenity to navigate the seas of life, no matter how turbulent they may seem. Let's now delve into the second Stoic teaching, controlling reactions. When we find ourselves in an emotionally challenging situation, such as the end of a relationship, we're often swept away by a torrent of intense emotions: sadness, anger, confusion. However, Stoics remind us that while we can't control external circumstances, we can control our own reactions to them. Imagine facing the end of a relationship. You may feel a variety of overwhelming emotions, and that's natural. However, Stoics invite us to cultivate mindful awareness of our emotional reactions and to choose our response wisely. Instead of letting our emotions overpower us, we can opt for a more thoughtful and serene approach. This doesn't mean suppressing our feelings, but rather acknowledging them and allowing them to flow without becoming enslaved by them. One way to practice controlling reactions is to adopt a reflective pause before acting or responding. When we feel overwhelmed by intense emotions, we can step back and take a deep breath. This pause gives us space to assess the situation more objectively and make more conscious decisions. Furthermore, Stoics teach us to question our automatic thoughts and restructure our perceptions. For example, instead of dwelling on thoughts of self-deprecation or victimization, we can ask ourselves, what is the lesson I can learn from this experience? How can I grow from it? Another helpful Stoic practice is premeditatio malorum, or contemplating the worst-case scenario. By envisioning in advance the challenges we may face, we're preparing our minds to deal with them calmly and resiliently. This allows us to develop a mindset of acceptance and adaptation to adverse circumstances. Let's explore the third Stoic teaching for emotionally separating from someone. Focus on the present. Imagine yourself walking down an old street, surrounded by ruins echoing stories of times past. It's in this setting that Stoics invite us to immerse ourselves in the wisdom of the present moment. Focusing on the present is like an anchor that keeps us steady amidst the turbulent tides of emotions. Stoics teach us that the key to emotional separation from someone lies in directing our attention to the here and now, letting go of past regrets and worries about the uncertain future. By fully dedicating ourselves to the present moment, we're able to find peace and inner clarity. As the ancient Stoic sages taught us, the present is the only moment we truly have control over. Therefore, by channeling our energy into the now, we release the burden of concerns and expectations that can tether us to the past or distress us with the uncertain future. But how can we practice this focus on the present in our daily lives? One way is through meditation and mindfulness. By setting aside moments in our day to simply be present, observing our breath or the sounds around us, we can train our minds to become more aware and receptive to the present moment. Furthermore, Stoics encourage us to cultivate an attitude of acceptance and resignation towards what we can't control. Recognizing that circumstances are beyond our domain frees us from the anxiety and distress that arise when we try to fight against the currents of life. By focusing on the present, we also allow ourselves to savor the simple pleasures of everyday life. From the comforting warmth of a cup of tea to the gentle glow of sunlight, learning to appreciate the moments helps us find joy and gratitude, even in adversity. Therefore, as students of Stoic philosophy, we can embrace the teaching of focusing on the present as a powerful tool for emotionally separating from someone. By directing our attention to the present moment, we cultivate a serenity that transcends life's vicissitudes, allowing us to live with wisdom, courage, and virtue. May each breath be a gentle reminder that the present is the only place where we truly inhabit. Exploring the fourth Stoic teaching for handling emotional separation, we are introduced to a powerful duality, the practice of detachment and gratitude. This principle not only invites us to reflect on our emotional connections, but also offers us a path to find peace and acceptance, even in the face of someone dear departing. Imagine yourself facing the challenge of emotionally separating from someone. The shared memories and unrealized expectations may weigh heavy on your heart, but the practice of detachment and gratitude offers a light at the end of the tunnel. Detaching doesn't mean denying the value of shared experiences or suppressing emotions. On the contrary, it's about recognizing that everything in life is impermanent and that clinging too tightly to people or situations only brings us suffering. Being willing to let go when the time is right is an act of courage and self-compassion. At the same time, cultivating gratitude is a powerful way to transform our pain into growth. Thanking for the experiences lived and the lessons learned from the person helps us find meaning, even in the most difficult situations. It's like finding a pearl of wisdom amidst the ashes of separation. Moreover, detaching from excessive desires and unfulfilled expectations frees us from the cycle of dissatisfaction and suffering. Finding contentment in simplicity and emotional autonomy allows us to navigate the turbulent waters of life with more serenity and balance. However, it's important to remember that detachment and gratitude are not a one-time definitive process, but rather a continuous gradual practice. It's normal to feel highs and lows, progress and setbacks, but what matters is staying committed to the process of growth and self-discovery. Therefore, the next time you find yourself facing emotional separation, remember the transformative power of detachment and gratitude. Allow yourself to feel your emotions, but also be open to letting go when the time is right. Thank for the shared experiences and the lessons learned, and find contentment in simplicity and emotional autonomy. We've come to our fifth and final Stoic teaching. Developing the capacity for self-sufficiency is like a precious jewel that guides us through the complex trails of human emotions. It's like learning to become a master in the art of relying on oneself, even when the ground seems to be shifting. Imagine yourself as a painter facing a blank canvas with brushes in one hand and a palette of colors in the other. You are the creator of your own emotional masterpiece, and self-sufficiency is the paint that brings each brushstroke to life. First and foremost, self-sufficiency is not about closing the doors to the world, but rather about opening the windows of your soul to yourself. It's about becoming your own best friend, your greatest advocate, even in moments of solitude. A practical way to develop this self-sufficiency is to start by deeply knowing yourself. Explore your passions, your fears, your deepest dreams. The more you understand yourself, the more capable you'll be of caring for yourself with kindness and compassion. Furthermore, it's essential to cultivate a rich and vibrant inner life. Just as a well-tended garden flourishes with a variety of plants, your soul flourishes when you nurture your interests and passions. Find what makes you feel alive and dive headfirst into that ocean of possibilities. Another important aspect of self-sufficiency is learning to enjoy your own company. Instead of fearing loneliness, embrace it as an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, to explore the deepest corners of your soul. In summary, the Stoic teaching of developing the capacity for self-sufficiency invites us to become the masters of our own emotional lives. By deeply knowing ourselves, cultivating a rich inner life, and learning to enjoy our own company, we become like artists facing a blank canvas, ready to create the masterpiece of our own lives. I'm immensely grateful to everyone who has dedicated their time to watch this video. I hope the Stoic teachings shared here have resonated with your hearts and minds, guiding you towards serenity and inner peace even amidst life's emotional storms. Always remember that the path of emotional separation can be challenging, but it's also an opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. By applying the principles of acceptance of what is beyond our control, control of reactions, focus on the present, and development of self-sufficiency, we can become true masters of our own emotional lives. May we continue the journey of life with courage, wisdom, and compassion, finding inner peace and resilience even in the most difficult moments. And remember, leave your like on the video so I can keep bringing more inspiring and enriching content to our community. Gratitude, and until the next journey of self-discovery and transformation.